Yo, welcome to my page. This is Buddha AQ, and the AQ is for Aquarius because for the time it is to be alive, and because I'm an Aquarius. And so this is going to be the human design tarot reading for my manifesting generators and peer generators. You can look to this reading for any guidance on how to work through something, any insights, how to self-reflect, whatever comes up for you. It's guidance from me, from my man gens and generators. Before we get started, if you want to follow me on any social media, I'm at Buddha.aq on Instagram. I'm at Eagle Vision Crystals for my crystal jewelry. That's Eagle Vision Crystals on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And my newest tarot page for the guys is at Tarot 4 Bros. That's Tarot, the number 4 Bros. And that's just to help give guys some guidance. Ladies are welcome too to get the messages and relay them on to the men in your life. Even if you want to say it as it came straight from you, I'm cool with that. But or you can send them straight to the page, whatever. So let's get started. Let's see what's going on in the background, in your mind, everything going on for my man gens and my generators. Might be too high. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so what do we got here? We have the Star in reverse, the Daughter of Earth, which would be the Page of Pentacles, Ten of Swords in reverse, Six of Swords in reverse, and the Eight of Swords. So there's definitely like something that's blocking you off from basically like seeing the bigger picture of things, right? You're being patient about it though. You're definitely being patient about it. And you're trying to stay like positive about like finally getting to a certain point, right? That you want to get to. Like maybe it's like you're waiting and you're being patient in a relationship for things to work out, or you feel like things will work themselves out, or you feel like you're waiting for just some sort of promotion, recognition, or something, or just a breakthrough with your own business. Whatever it is, whatever aspect of life it is, it's like you're waiting for it to happen, and you're being patient and you're trying to stay positive, but you kind of just still can't see where it's going, right? So it's taking a little bit of like just faith and trust and hoping that it's going to work, right? But it's kind of hard to see where it's going. So let's see what else we get. Let's see what more, like where the challenges are coming in. And sometimes it may be a little bit hard having faith, because like what's in front of your face is just, it's hard to see it going in a way that you would rather it to go. So it might be a little bit hard to have that faith. Okay, and so you have the Eight of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Hierophant in reverse. I'm trying to remember off the numbers. You have so you have like basically 3, 4, 5, right? 6. Wow. So you have all like 3 through 6 in the major arcana. So you have the Emperor, you have the Hierophant in reverse, you have the Empress, and then the Lovers obviously in reverse. So this may actually be about a relationship, like I was saying. You probably want it to go a certain way, or you're hoping for it to like work its way out or work itself out, and it's since this is the challenge role, right? It's a challenge between the Emperor and the Empress, right? And just a higher knowing, a higher energy, kind of like letting you know, like, this ain't it. Like, you know, this is not this is not the relationship that you're meant to be in long term, right? And so, like, it's hard to stay have like that peace within, you know. I think, and it may not even be like totally bad or like totally negative. It's just, it can just be like, you just notice that y'all are on two different pages, and maybe it just doesn't really relate to your values, or, you know, it just doesn't align with your values. Not that the person's a bad person or anything like that. Like, it doesn't have to be totally negative. For some of y'all, some situations may be totally negative in the way that, since your, you know, your strategy is to respond, the way it causes you to respond to things is more of a reaction than a response, right? So if it's that type of relationship, that's off the bat, you kind of know, like, yeah, you're getting signals like that. Those feelings you get within, it's hard to have like a feeling of order within yourself, because like it's a little bit chaotic on the outside, right? But for those where it's just like, you know, the person, there's nothing wrong with the person, it's not real negative back and forth, you know, hopefully no type of like violence or anything like that. Like, you know, you just got to be realistic with certain relationships. Some are abusive, verbally, emotionally, physically, whatever. You know, it's still, it's telling you this ain't it, right? And so it's hard for you to see how basically the Hierophant is coming in between the Emperor and the Empress, basically like saying like no, like they're giving you a signal like, no, this it served its purpose. It helped you learn whatever you learned from it, whatever you learned about yourself from it, and now it's time to like part ways. The Lovers in reverse, just, you know, a separation, not a coming together, right? Not a coming together, it'd be a separation. All right, so what is Spirit telling you? Kind of have to do them in an ascending order like this from the way I position the camera. Okay, so we have the Page of Water, yeah, basically Page of Cups in reverse, Seven of Wands, the Sun is still the Sun. The King of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Sorry if I'm pausing, it's because I'm trying to relate these cards to the traditional card, right? And so and so basically, all right, so Spirit's kind of telling you like, don't really worry about like moving on either, right? You know, don't really worry about moving on to anything new once you come into this separation, right? It's kind of like you kind of have to like protect your peace at that point, right? Protect your happiness. Don't jump into anything totally new, right? Like, you have to stay solid within yourself, like, right? Like be wise about moving forward, like self-reflect a little bit more, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just don't be quick to find something else after this just because you feel like, okay, well, I saw what went wrong there, and I kind of like still would want somebody or something like that. Don't jump straight into it, right? Definitely don't jump straight into something new, because it's definitely showing that you possibly could end up doing that, and that's not the way to go. So let's see what it's telling you to physically focus on. You might have actually already kind of like had your eye on Spirit saying like, look, don't do that, because I could see like this is you right here, right? Like, you kind of been like having your eye on other things because the attention just wasn't being grabbed in your current situation. So whereas you might have not actually like made any moves or anything, you might have had your eye on something or someone just you know, because sometimes you like to look, I guess. You know, you're not blind. Yeah, definitely focus on self, not anything new. Have me really remembering. I know this is 20, but 20 is what the judgment card, right? Like, you're not called to move on right now, right? You're not called to a cups. You're not called for a new partnership, you know. So don't get in your head thinking about or wondering about like who to move on to next, right? What relationship to move on to next. Still, um, you know, stay within yourself. Stay within your peace, because you're going to experience a little bit more peace being on your own. So stay within that for now. You know, you don't have to move on. You're going to get a lot of clarity before you do find something else. Clarity about yourself, clarity about like what you truly want, because even like when you don't have time to sit with yourself, when you don't have time to self-reflect, you think you know what you want based off of what you saw on the outside, and then you come to find out like you get into something else right away, and it's like, maybe I should have like waited a little bit and learned like what things would come up for me, you know, in between time of the last relationship and now this new one. Like, you know, you might realize that you moved a little bit too fast, right? So it's definitely telling you, you know, you're not being called to something new right now when it comes to relationship. So let's see how this ends up for you. Right, yeah, so because you are like you. The reason you're not being called is because you need to learn like where you are able to be honest, like sit with yourself and be honest with yourself about your part and think and you know your part you played, positive and negative in the relationship, right? Also learning to like just be sufficient within yourself. Like, you know, maybe there were some things that you were a little bit you know, depending on the partner for, that now you need to just depend on yourself for, right? And so you might look at it as like a loss, because of now you have to do things that maybe you weren't used to doing and stuff like that. Like, you might look at it that way, but really it's like, you know, it's like it's just gonna take some work. It's just gonna take some work, and it's gonna be a little bit hard going through it, right? It's gonna feel like, you know, like you don't really want to be in the position of like having to do new things. You know, you don't want to be in the position of having to do new things. You want things to be like or figuring out, not do new things, but like taking on things that you didn't have to anymore, right? You don't want to be in that position to have to do that, because you're kind of used to the other person doing it. But the good thing is that, you know, you're gonna have to figure it out on your own, you know, and then you don't depend on someone when you move on to the next one. You'll actually like be content within yourself. Like, you'll be happy within yourself that you know that you're self-sufficient, right? Like, you don't have to depend on anybody at that point. Like, these may be things that like even as a kid or growing up, like maybe your parents did for you as well, and so you saw that in this person that you were with, and so and what they could help you with as well, to where you whatever these responsibilities that you'll have to take on while you're on your own, and do for yourself, like it might be totally new to you because like you've kind of been having the help with that, whatever it could be. You've been having help with it for almost your whole life, right? Or for a very long time. And so you kind of gotten, even if like it hasn't been your whole life, you it's been long enough for you to like have gotten used to like not having to do it. And now it's kind of annoying to know that you have to do this for yourself again, right? So, and that might be another reason why you might feel like you might have this want to just hurry up and jump into something else, because you're feeling like you're losing, you know, someone that is going that you're used to like helping you out in certain ways, or doing certain things for you that you're not going to get anymore. And so you want to jump into something else to make sure that you still have that, not even knowing if that new person would even be willing to do the same thing, right, that the previous person was doing. So, you know, take some time, go through the process of learning whatever it is that you got to learn to take on whatever responsibility it is that you got to take on that you kind of had the luxury of not having to do while in a relationship. And you will come out happy with yourself, more content, knowing that you are more self-reliable going into something new when it's time to go into something new, right? So I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. You know, leave a comment below. Leave any human design questions below. Again, if you want to follow me on any social media, on Instagram, I'm at buddha.aq. If you want to check out my crystal jewelry, I'm at Eagle Vision Crystals on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can go straight to the website if you want to just purchase something. It's at it's eaglevisioncrystals.com. So if you want to go to the website, it's eaglevisioncrystals.com. And then lastly, once again, follow my new tarot page for the guys. It's at tarot, the number 4 bros, tarot 4 bros. And that's to help fellas out with some guidance through tarot. Ladies, again, are welcome to steal my reading and give it straight to the guys in your life, because I'm just worried about giving guidance. I don't care how it makes its way to the fellas, but you know, men in this world need a little bit more guidance. So yeah, or refer them to the pages, you know, either way. I am available for human design chart readings, body graph readings. I offer 2 types of readings. Just the energy centers is the first one, and then the energy centers and your chart properties is the second one. You get packets with each one of those. We do it over Google Meet, so you can either email me at eaglevisionholistic@gmail.com. I'll put this in the caption too, or reach out to me on any one of those social media pages. I'll respond to all of them. Preferably my personal one at buddha.aq on Instagram, but anyone I will respond to. So if you're interested in a reading, reach out. But until the next manifesting generator and pure generator reading, peace.